You're 4 years late.
So I wanted to educate myself first that how do I promote and teach my child or encourage my child to invest.
It's 6th standard maths. Which formula?
Some multiplier effect, compound over the.
So you've not read my
No,
message, right?
of course I did. Exponential growth.
दो का चार वो अनिल कपूर का मूवी था ना, 1 का 2 का 4 4 का 8
1 2
8
का
2
4
16
4 2 का 1.
नहीं सुने हाँ good so 1 2 का 4 and 4 2 का 1. So if I buy jewelry for my wife, okay, 5 years later the gold price doubles, can I dare to tell my wife, give me back, I want to sell it? What was the question before I came to hedge fund?
Hello and welcome everyone to AUM Finance Podcast. This podcast discusses the first principles of investing and is for informational purpose only. We intend to add to the body of knowledge. Please consult your financial advisor before taking any investing decision.
So Nirav, I just wanted to ask, since my child has just turned 18 and as you are saying that it is still late because
Yes.
I'm starting little late now.
Yeah. You're 4 years late
Okay, fair enough. For my child.
for your child.
Never mind, sooner the better now.
Yeah.
So I wanted to educate myself first that how do I promote and teach my child or encourage my child to invest for her. Especially when she is a
So
child.
first you have to learn the trick or the trade.
Okay.
And let me tell you, all three of you, this is not as complicated as it sounds.
Right.
Financial literacy, as I said, in school we have learned so many subjects simultaneously.
Right.
History, geography, 3 sciences, physics, chemistry, maths, algebra, geometry, 3 languages.
Yeah.
Once we become adult, we think we can't even pick up one subject. So financial literacy is not that complicated. Unfortunately, in a scientific way, we have not been taught financial literacy either in school, colleges, graduation or post-graduation, and I can say it for even postgraduate finance students.
Yes.
Financial literacy is a separate subject. It's not that easy, it's not that complicated.
Right.
By the way, let me ask a question to all three of you. Which is the only formula you should know to become wealthy in life? Financial formula. And you all would have learned that formula in school. It's a very basic formula. It's 6th standard maths. Which formula?
The cumulative frequencies.
What do you call that? Don't make it very complicated. Compound interest.
Yeah.
Cumulative.
What is compound interest? What is simple interest? Interest per interest. Okay. Simple interest is, let's say you put 100 rupees in FD, you get 8% interest. Next year again 8 rupees, 8 rupees, 8 rupees. What is compound interest? 108 in the first year, 8% of 108 in the second year, so on and so forth. So what do I wish all of you on your birthdays? You remember any of you?
Compounding wealth.
Now what is the message? May your wealth.
Some multiplier effect, compound over the.
So you've not read my message, right?
Of course I did. Exponential growth.
May your wealth compounded geometric progression in years 2. What is geometric progression, Kavita? एक का 2 2 का 4 वो अनिल कपूर का मूवी था ना, 1 का 2 का 4 4 का 8
1 2
8
का
2
4
16
4 2 का 1.
नहीं सुने हाँ good so 1 2 का 4 and 4 2 का 1 happens with traders, speculators,
Yeah, I get it there.
casino players, people who deal in FNO. You know what is FNO?
No, futures
And options. Okay. So have you heard stories in our local paper and in international business papers also? A teenager committed suicide. So he'd borrowed 5 lakh from his father to trade in the stock market. The father gets a call from the stockbroker a couple of months down the line saying that your son owes me 50 lakhs. Now the son borrowed 5 lakh. How does he owe 50 lakh? So FNO, futures and options, is a derivative product where the stockbroker says, okay, fine, you put your 5 lakh, I'll give you 7 times, 8 times, 10 times limit with which you can trade or speculate.
Right. Okay.
Now, I hate this subject. In fact, I have a quote. You want the quote?
Yeah.
If you do futures and options, you will neither have a future nor any option left. So I being a so-called expert in the world of investing, I do my own investing, not trading. I have not activated FNO in my Demat account. And I'm managing my stock portfolio since 12-15 years now.
So you have to hold back from that.
You have to hold back. You should. So one of the Insta reels that I just circulated was know what you don't know. That is a very big principle. So anybody seen the movie The Big Short? No. Okay, it's a wonderful movie. You should see it. It is the movie on the 2008 financial crisis. Any idea? 2008 financial crisis in US.
No. The Harshad Mehta movie I've been hearing
so
about.
this is on the US financial crisis which affect everybody in the world. One of the biggest crisis, one of the biggest wealth destruction which happened, in the world in 2008, where they were giving loans, they were calling people and giving loans to people who didn't want loans. So I'll just give one of the anecdote just to explain that there were these experts who went around town in the country, to just verify कि कितना हद तक के ये लोग ने लोन दिया है. So a guy, an investment banker, took these experts to a prostitute, and the prostitute said, "I have 7 houses and loans on them." That is when that person took a bet and he became a billionaire later on. He bet against the market. I'm just giving an example. Now that movie, The Big Short, starts with a quote. It ain't what you don't know that gets you into trouble. So this is Shakespearean English, right? आपको जो पता नहीं है उसके कारण आप प्रॉब्लम में नहीं जाएंगे क्योंकि आपको पता नहीं है ये आपको पता है. It's what you know for sure that ain't so. So a teenager comes and here says, नीरव सर मुझे पता है पक्का ये स्टॉक डबल होगा. With all my years in stock market, one thing I know, never put your hand down on the table and say कि ऐसा ही होगा. There are too many moving parts. I can speculate कि a particular stock can go up if the turnover, top line and bottom line goes up, but I cannot be very sure, and that's why we buy portfolios, the entire basket in the world of mutual fund.
So coming back to what the teenager shouldn't do or the mother should encourage
So
to
one,
do, or they shouldn't
if
do.
you want to invest directly in stocks, not trade or speculate, first learn. See, I buy my stock after reading 5 or 10 years annual report. An annual report has 2 parts, English and the financials. I am saying you need not read the financials. If you are an 18-year-old, आपको accounting नहीं पता होगा. Okay, Ayushi? You are from that world. Even if you don't know the art of reading balance sheet, which you should know if you want to become a practitioner in this field, even if you read the English. So let's say a company like Titan. What does Titan do? Shruti.
Watches and frames.
Watches and frames, and which is the bigger business of Titan?
Glasses.
No. Titan. Come on. Jewelry.
Jewelry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Tanishq.
Achha, I'll digress one more time. Why is
Tata.
jewelry not an investment?
Jewelry, but usually in the older
Is jewelry an investment?
Gold is.
What my
Gold is, but
question
jewelry
was.
is not.
No,
Jewelry is
gold
not.
Why?
because I think you don't get value on the resale.
What is the other reason? What is it? So I'll give you my turn to it, twist to it. So if I buy jewelry for my wife, 5 years later the gold price doubles. Can I dare to tell my wife, give me back, I want to sell it? So jewelry is a one-way street. And what you said, making charges. You see, every jeweler has a buy price and a sell price. When you buy jewelry from him, and the price at which he is going to take from you is always at a discount.
But
So you do not end up.
forget you're talking to women like
Yeah,
right? So
I dare to do that.
Yeah, jewelry and us we go together. You
Keep
can't
jewelry as expenditures and not as investment.
That
तो अगर
also-
आपके
also
mind में ये
was,
है,
yeah.
and tell me, so you have a 18-year-old daughter,
Yes.
you have young children. Are your next generation interested in jewelry?
They're
Gold
not.
jewelry.
They're not.
Gold jewelry. They're not, right?
No, because aesthetically they don't feel that it is a.
They will buy the lesser expensive one, and they would
Yeah.
prefer to have more sets
Yeah,
and change it. So that means in the next decade, India will probably not buy the kind of gold we are buying today. Okay. By the way, do you know that it is only in India that gold has made money? So I'll ask you a question. 1980, 2008, when that financial crisis happened. Okay. What do you think would be the price of gold internationally? It is calculated as dollar per ounce. So I am not asking you to give me a figure. 2008 में US में gold का price 1980 के compare में कितना ज़्यादा होगा? A ballpark figure. There is no right or wrong. Did you get the question, Ayushi?
1980 compared to
2008.
2008.
How many years? I am bad in maths. Come on.
1980,
And
right?
2008.
30 years.
30 years.
30 years. So 30 years में US dollar per ounce, which is the international price of gold, कितना बड़ा होगा? Approximately. There's no right or wrong answer. Just tell me.
10 times.
10 times?
I think it'll be around 20 times.
Yeah, 30 years you're saying so.
30 years.
It will
इंडिया
be
में
five-
इंडिया में कितना होगा? 30 years back, so our your parents would tell you ना, हमारी शादी में गोल्ड का ये प्राइस था, तुम्हारी शादी में इतना है, आज इतना
25,
है.
30 times.
Okay, so 1980 the price of gold, if I recollect right, was $850 an ounce in US. In US, which is the international price, जो control करता है, ठीक है? 2008, the price was, hold your breath, $850 an ounce.
The
It
same.
did not just.
Really, it's
It
so
did not move.
disappointing.
Now, price to any of you, if you can tell me why in India it is not the case. India it would be what, 15, 20 times, whatever you, I don't know. But it is way higher in 2008 compared to 1980. Otherwise all housewives will stop buying jewelry. हाँ, सब sets जाके jeweler के दे देंगे वापस. तो इंडिया में बढ़ा और यूएस में नहीं बढ़ा. अच्छा, इंडिया में कितना गोल्ड, who is the biggest buyer of gold in the world?
India.
Up till a few years back, it was India, consumption wise.
Yeah.
Now it is central bankers, Russian central bank, Chinese central bank, central bankers are buying, but consumption wise India, ठीक है? किसी को पता नहीं इंडियन गर्ज में कितना सोना छुपा हुआ है, which helps us in bad times. And gold is an investment for the pessimist. If you expect something bad to happen, if you expect a geopolitical risk, a war, COVID-like phenomena, anything, then gold goes up. If you are an optimist, then equity goes up. If you expect the world to do well, the world GDP to do well, India to do well, then you should buy equity. Now, you should buy equity or gold?
Depends on whether you're a
Which you
pessimist
should
or
buy?
an
So
optimist.
equity.
You should buy both.
I would.
Because in the next 5 years or any 5 years, both will happen. There'll be good times, there'll be bad times. The world is cyclical, okay? So buy 70-80% of equity, remaining you can keep as gold. And then I'll talk to you that some mutual funds have same equity gold in the same basket in one scheme. Now where was I? Why does
Coming back
price
to,
in
teenagers.
teenagers I'll come. Before that, why does gold price in India increase where international price does not increase?
The
You will
demand.
have to.
How much gold is mined? We told you told me that India is the biggest consumer of gold.
Yeah.
कितना गोल्ड माइनिंग होता है इंडिया में? लेट्स से इंडिया बाइज 100 टन्स ऑफ गोल्ड एवरी ईयर. उसमें से इंडिया में कितना बनता है? एक मूवी आया था ना, कोलार गोल्ड माइन. वो एक छोटी सी माइन है जो डिफंक्ट है. इंडिया में गोल्ड जीरो बनता है. सो इफ यू पीपल गो टू द ज्वेलर एंड यू डूइंग अ डिससर्विस, आई एम डेयरिंग टू टेल यू, ओके, इफ यू गो टू द ज्वेलर एंड बाय गोल्ड, every ounce of that gold is imported. Now when you import,
So that
what happens?
itself goes
How do you
against the
import?
economy of
Ayushi, how do you
India.
import anything? If you are importing something from US, what happens? Transaction explain karo.
Dollars. You have to pay
You have to
dollars.
pay the
So
foreign
you
currency.
buy in rupee
And you have to
and it
pay
gets
in-
converted into dollar.
Yeah.
So now give me the answer. Why does the gold price in India move up when the international price doesn't? What happened? What are you actually buying when all that gold in your house is what you know? That is US dollars.
US dollars, yeah.
So it is the depreciation of the rupee against the dollar. Coming to the teenagers.
Yeah, so
First you become literate,
Yeah.
then you
Then
teach
we-
her, but that can happen simultaneously. And 18 is late for a teenager,
Yeah.
okay, to learn about money. She should start to podcast, blogs,
Right.
right? And so you know the beauty of today's world, democratic world, everything you want to know, all the knowledge in the world is there on social media, on YouTube. What is the problem? There are these
Filtering is the problem.
finfluencers.
Yeah.
There's these finfluencers who are giving the wrong knowledge.
the right and the wrong you can't discern.
So a podcast like mine,
Yes.
I mean, I should not market myself, but I am talking about first principles.
But as you lightly said, no, that we need to know the person whom we are investing with. in
How many
detail.
people- how many such
So
people
that,
you know?
yes, no,
Not many.
I think few.
How many
and
you know?
One or two. One
Yeah.
or two.
Who are they?
No, I would not name them, but then yes, with you I feel comfortable for a simple
So Warren
reason
Buffett
that,
is that old school guy, okay? Not many people, you know, Warren Buffett के जितने followers है उतने non-followers भी है,
Okay.
okay? So there was one incident where, again I am telling a story, a hedge fund guy. Who's a hedge fund? What is a hedge fund? Any idea?
Speculator like.
So wherever
constant-
there are open positions where you have to make a payment.
Very complicated. Explain in a layman term. I am not
So
that.
so wherever there are cash flows involved.
Very complicated again.
Hedging is just to create.
So
a-
hedging is different. What is hedging?
Hedging is to.
So contingency fund also is an hedge. So hedge is कि कोई risk को आप, so if I am a importer or an exporter, तो foreign currency में अगर fluctuations आएंगे, लेट्स आई एक्सपोर्टेड $1 million वर्थ ऑफ मशीनरी, तो मैं हेज कर लेता हूँ कि रुपी डॉलर में जो भी हो मुझे इतना पैसा मिलेगा. दैट इज हेजिंग. बट हेज फंड इज डिफरेंट. हु इज अ हेज फंड गाय? वेरी बेसिक. एक्सप्लेन लाइक दिस. It's not borrowed from the word hedge, okay? They do hedging also, but it's a much broader term. So hedge fund guy is a guy who can invest in anything and anywhere in the world. So in mutual funds, when we buy debt funds, we lend money to the corporates. When we buy equity, we actually indirectly buying shares, equity market. When there are gold mutual funds, now there are silver mutual fund. I also requested them to come out with a platinum. We'll talk about platinum also. So if you girls want to go for platinum jewelry, this is the time. You know why? Historically, has platinum been more expensive than gold?
Yeah.
You know what is the ratio today?
Yeah.
Gold is more expensive than platinum. I don't know why. I've asked many people. Nobody knows the answer, but platinum is way cheaper. When I was tracking platinum 10 years back, it was way 3-5 times expensive than gold. It was considered a super precious metal.
Yeah.
So go for platinum jewelry rather than gold. Other things being equal. Where was I?
Hedge fund.
Hedge fund. So hedge fund can invest in equity market, commodities market. He can buy cattle field. He can buy oil. Okay. He can buy real estate around the world. So he can invest cotton around the world. He can buy and sell anything wherever he sees an opportunity to make money. And what opportunity he searches for? Arbitrage. What is arbitrage?
The buy and sell price is different.
Different. Make it more simpler.
Eh,
Anything. Take anything.
Yeah, so in one market you see the same
commodity.
commodity at 100, at the other market you see 105, you buy from 100,
and
sell at 105, make your money.
Make your money. That is arbitrage. Okay. So जिसको जहाँ पे भी arbitrage opportunity लगता है, तो they take advantage of. That is what a hedge fund guy is. What was the question before I came to hedge fund?
That's what even I was wondering.
We've gone around the loop. Okay, we'll come to teenagers. Okay. So teenagers should.
You were mentioning the don'ts earlier.
So one don't is no. Don't be a speculator. Don't be a trader. First rule: do not run after fast money. Fast money is not sustainable. If there was something like fast and sustainable, can you explain the term sustainable? Anybody? What is sustainable?
Sustainable is something that's
for
going to
long
stay.
term, yeah.
Stay for long term.
Yeah.
So do you want to be rich now, stinking rich, and willing to become poor later, or you want to stay rich forever?
Stay
Rich
rich has been
forever.
steady.
Like a
So that is sustainable.
Yeah.
तो उसमें if you want to stay rich forever, then the cost you have to pay is कि it will be a slow and steady grind. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, so that's what the
Are you okay with that?
Yeah,
So to teach the teenagers, मैं हर क्लास में पूछता हूँ, do you want to make more money or fast money? And always what do they say? Both. They say both. दोनों हाथ में लड्डू चाहिए. अच्छा वैसा possible रहता तो मुझे ही मिल जाता. It is always a slow grind. That doesn't mean in mutual funds or in stock market you suddenly don't get a gush of money. Windfalls होते हैं, but आपके मर्जी से नहीं होते और जब होना होता है तब होते हैं. And the beauty is, अच्छा, I'll ask one more. I'll again digress. KBC we have seen. कौन बनेगा करोड़पति? Huh? So there were these 1 crore winners and then 7 crore winners. Okay, there was this one guy who poured that water on his head and all that. So I'll not name anybody. You know what portion of the 7 crore winners are still rich? 10%. Others have blown away the wealth. Why? Because they are not financially
literate.
There have been very poor people who have won a very mega lottery और 6 महीने में पैसा खत्म. This guy who won 7 crore, all his friends. और हनी कहाँ जाती है? कविता. Where does honey get attracted? जहाँ शहद होता है. So let it be a message to all ultra rich individuals out there. If you have too much money, you will attract a lot of people, and 90% of them would not be the kind of people you actually want to attract. You will attract wrong people. You will get wrong advice. You will start lending money to wrong people, investing at wrong places, and before you know, doesn't matter the quantum of the win, whether it is 1 crore, 7 crore, 50 crore, you tend to lose it because they are not financially literate. 80 to 90% of the KBC winners are not rich.
So that's a good example for the teenagers, also for us.
Even if you get fast money, let's say you do FNO, and why FNO is bad? See, if I buy a stock worth 10 lakh, what is the maximum loss I can face? let's say I have 10 lakh, I buy a stock or a mutual fund. What is the maximum loss I can face? Theoretically 10 lakh. But what a pathetic situation कि 10 लाख पॉकेट में है और 1 करोड़ का 50 लाख का नुकसान होता है. Why play that game?
Correct.
So this we have to teach the teenagers. Do not run after fast money.
Quick money.
Run after
Instant
slow money. And we have to
gratification.
instant gratification and delayed gratification. Show them the video of Marshmallow. There's one more movie made by one mutual fund known as One Idiot. Show that to them. It's on YouTube.
It's not Three Idiots.
It's not Three Idiot. Three Idiot was an excellent movie. One Idiot is a better movie than them. And one of the movie makers has made that movie.
Don'ts part of
Yes.
it. Yeah, I get
Yes, it shows that. Okay. So more money over fast money. Any day I will take that bet. मेरे को हर 5 साल में पिछले 5 साल से ज़्यादा अमीर बनना है.
So that is.
Did you get
second
this?
goal.
Every 5 years down the line, I want to be richer than what I was 5 years before.
Okay.
That's our 5-year plan.
So if I am not richer next 2 years, I am okay.
Right.
But 5 साल बाद मेरी गाड़ी आगे बढ़नी चाहिए, रिवर्स गियर में नहीं जाना है.
Right. So that is the second don't. Instant money.
Third, if you are going into stocks, read. See, this is a knowledge economy. We started with
way to approach.
There's a scientific approach. So investing is both a science as well as an art. What is psychology? Science or art? Both.
It's more of art, but
So investing is also more of art. But if you don't know the science, can you know the art?
No.
Okay. So first learn the science.
Right.
Okay. Now, if a teenager says, I can't read, but I want to make money in stocks, I can give you in writing on a stamp paper that he'll lose money, he or she.
Right.
So there was a beautiful quote. Those who do not read are no better off than those who cannot read. जो पढ़ता नहीं है वो उतना ही illiterate है जितना जिसको पढ़ना नहीं आता है. What a sorry state of affair if you cannot read. And in the world of money in investing, so I would be having some 5,000-10,000 books.
Right.
Very good books are written. People have written everything that they have faced in their life. You do not need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. What mistakes they have made, we need not.
And isn't it very easy?
You can just
Isn't
learn
it-
from their
Yes,
experience.
you learn from their experience. Why do you want to fall again?
Yeah.
ठीक है. तो अगर सिर्फ रीड करके समझ के और स्लो पेशेंस रख के पैसा बन सकता है तो इनफैक्ट आई एम अ बिग फैन. आई एम वेरी मच अगेंस्ट स्लॉगिंग फॉर मनी. You don't have to work too much, not at the cost
Work
of your health.
smart. then
Work
and
smart
I-
rather
yeah,
than you
yeah.
don't. So if you have a passive income, you are smarter. As I said, if she is earning, let's say, 100 rupees a month, and if her colleague is earning 200 a month, she is not an investor. She is an investor. She'll beat him or her any day, any given day.
Slocking is costing you some.
And
something
8-10
extra
year,
time.
you should endeavor the teenager, an 18-year-old, if he or she is smart enough, learns the art of passive investing. And mutual fund is again one of the best ways of passive investing.
Right.
And does the investment for the next 15 years. Okay, so 18 plus 15 is
18 plus 15 is 23.
23. So at 25 she can be financially independent.
Did I do it right? I don't know.
18 plus
Just
15 is
15. I did 5.
5, yeah. 33.
33. At 33 or 35, I didn't check that. I am speaking, so okay, I can't think simultaneously. So at 35, you can be financially independent if you're disciplined enough. So at 18, your daughter can start investing the pocket money. Doesn't matter the quantum. At 24, when she gets some income, she can start investing. And the only rule is start investing with your pocket money, and your investment, your SIP should increase in the proportion of your increase in salary. So I have clients who gave me 10,000 when they were earning 1 lakh. When they're earning 10 lakh, they're still at 10,000.
So that also has to increase.
That also is to increase, and I am not going to tell you that.
So
It should
the
come
pocket
from.
money you would recommend.
So
is
what are they? A guy having a 20, 30,000 SIP at 10 lakh income, what are they? They are day wage laborers.
daily.
You're slogging. Achha, one more metric I'll give you. You want a metric? Another metric? So if you're having a 1 lakh income per month, if you're working 10 hours a day, Ayushi, you work very hard, and if you have a 4 lakh EMI, 6 hours you're working for yourself and family, 4 hours you're working for the banker.
Yeah.
This is my metric. So you endeavor to pay whatever loan you have taken way before. So if you take let's say if you take a car of 20 lakhs and take a 20 lakh loan, and it's a 7-year loan, you end up paying probably 25, 27 lakh for that car. Okay, again 7 years later you buy another car, 40 lakhs, again you take a loan. तो 20 लाख की गाड़ी 50-25 लाख में 27 लाख में पड़ी. You endeavor, you should aim to pay the car loan in 2 years. If you take a 25-year loan, home loan, you cannot buy a home in India without taking a home loan. Plan to pay it in the 8th to 10th year. That is the best. That is the best way of dealing with that.
Right.
Now, teenager question, did I answer?
Yeah, the third point was this only. That's what you.
And they have to read. See, we are in a knowledge industry.
So reading.
There's
reading
no-
is very-
Only by
even
using if a teenager has a laptop and internet connection and a curious mind, that teenager can become a millionaire in 10 years.
These days it's like at your fingertips. Either you listen or you read.
So this mobile phone is a very powerful instrument. Now it is up to you
It
what
can
you
be very
what you
destructive
it can
also.
be destructive also. It works both ways. It is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
So आप बाकी सब भी करो.
Yeah.
आप इसको knowledge के लिए भी use करो. There are very good YouTube. So the best brains in the world of money are on YouTube, are on Insta.
So that's
You
your
have to learn to
fourth point, I
differentiate.
think.
So anybody who
That's a good
who
tip.
okay, I'll tell you how to decide who is a good influencer, who is a bad. Okay, that is your question.
Yeah.
Anybody who promises you too much. So you're a psychologist, no?
Huh.
Let's say
Unreal.
let's say I meet you, forget the subject of investing, and I boast about myself too much.
Huh.
Okay, और बहुत बड़ी बड़ी बातें करता हूँ. Will you trust me?
It is hard to trust because.
No, but you should not trust me at all if I am speaking too much about myself.
Right.
So if I am a financial advisor and I promise you the sky,
Huh.
I say I'll
Unrealistic.
if I
yeah.
and this is a cocktail now, let's make a cocktail. I promise you the sky and I also add the word guarantee. Then
Yeah. It can be sort of. You
Sham.
might get carried away.
so
but
how do
then
I talk?
how
I
to
say
filter it.
I say you might get double digit return. You might get if you stay
Provided.
for 5, 7, 10, 15 years.
So
It
there are
comes with a
caveats.
clause.
Yeah.
It comes with a
Why do I say just like life in the world of money there are many ifs and buts? Who am I to guarantee? और उतना guarantee है तो मैं घर बेच के क्यों नहीं invest कर रहा हूँ? You should ask that question to me.
Yeah, basically no shortcuts, but a better way to.
So how does your teenage daughter choose friends?
Yeah. Who are more like who stick to
So
your
you judge the
difficult
friends.
times.
Similarly,
Yeah.
you judge these guys.
हाँ.
Okay, कोई स्काई प्रॉमिस कर रहा है, बड़ी बड़ी बातें कर रहा है, देन ही वांट्स टू मोनेटाइज, फिर बोलता है सब्सक्राइब करो, गिव मी 5,000 रुपीज़, मैं सेमिनार करता हूँ और मैं बताता हूँ आपको. तो पहला क्वेश्चन मैं ये पूछता हूँ कि वो इतना ब्रिलियंट है तो उसको ये करने की क्या ज़रूरत है?
And even you have to reflect.
If you are so good, why do you need to come on YouTube then?
If you are doing that to yourself and have you done it to yourself, then you practice what you preach. So are they practicing it?
So अमिताभ बच्चन का कोई डायलॉग है ना अग्निपथ में है क्या कि क्या है?
You have to say it like him.
I cannot say it like him. He is Amitabh. I am Amitabh Bachchan of my field, but I can say it like. But then what is the dialogue? कम समय में नहीं, but पहले डायलॉग तो याद है, फिर अटेम्प्ट कर लूँगा. कि छोटे क्या है नजीक का नुकसान और दूर का फायदा अगर होता है तो मैं हमेशा दूर का फायदा सिलेक्ट करूँगा. वो अग्निपथ में बोलता है.
Short term investment
Short term,
and
yes.
longer term.
That is the first
investment.
principle. So if your child can learn that and learn to read people, just like you learn to choose friends. Why is it so difficult? You can read, you know, if a person is boasting, if he or she is lying, you can understand that. So similar principles here. यहाँ हम blind क्यों हो जाते हैं?
Because we quick money, easy.
क्योंकि आप greedy हो.
shortcuts,
You
yeah.
see, if I promise you the
Greed and fear,
sky,
as you mentioned.
you want to believe that.
हाँ.
You want to believe that.
You are wearing those glasses, so you are seeing.
You know, if 10 people approach me, 4 do not turn up to be my clients. Why? मैं इतना अंडर प्रॉमिस करता हूँ, इतना करता हूँ कि वो लोग चले जाते हैं. So I have a principle: under promise and over deliver. I do not want to do the opposite. कि I promise you too much, then I'll be in stress.
Correct.
And you've seen fraudsters like that out there, right? जिस चीज़ की मुझे गारंटी नहीं है, जिसमें मैं बिलीव नहीं करता हूँ, I'll not speak that. That is how you judge people. Next question.
So I think those 4 points are covered and.
Thank you for listening to the AUM Finance podcast. Remember that all investments are subject to market and other risks, and one should read offer docs and other documents carefully before investing.